More than 2,500 years ago, a man set forth on a journey, not across great distances, but deep into the very fabric of human suffering and existence. That man was Siddhartha Gautama, who would come to be known simply as the Buddha. His story is not just a religious tale, but a profound psychological and philosophical inquiry into the nature of life, suffering, and the path to peace. According to tradition, Siddhartha Gautama was born around 563 BCE in Lumbini in what is now modern-day Nepal. He was born into a royal family, the Shakya clan. His mother, Queen Maya, is said to have dreamt of a white elephant entering her womb, a symbol interpreted by sages as the sign of a great being, a Chakravartin, one destined either to rule the world or renounce it in search of truth. At his birth, seers predicted that Siddhartha would become either a mighty king or a great spiritual leader. His father, King Suddhodana, desiring his son to follow the path of royalty, shielded him from all suffering. The young prince was raised in lavish palaces, surrounded by beauty, pleasure, and protection from the harsh realities of life. Siddhartha was educated in the arts, philosophy, martial skills, and administration. But even in the midst of opulence, he often felt a quiet disquiet, a subtle awareness that something essential was missing. But destiny cannot be so easily avoided. At the age of 29, Siddhartha ventured beyond the palace walls. There, he encountered what are now known as the four sights: an old man, a sick man, a dead body, and a wandering ascetic. Each sight shattered the illusion of permanence that his sheltered life had created. He realized that suffering, dukkha, is an inescapable part of life. Aging, illness, and death await all, regardless of status or wealth. But the sight of the ascetic sparked a different kind of thought. Perhaps there is a way to transcend suffering. Thus began Siddhartha's quest. That very night, Siddhartha left his palace, his family, and his royal life behind. This act is known as the Great Renunciation. Donning simple robes and cutting his hair, he became a wandering seeker, determined to find the path to liberation. For 6 years, he studied with the greatest spiritual teachers of his time and practiced intense asceticism, pushing his body to its limits in the hope of freeing the mind. But ultimately, he found these extremes unsatisfactory. Emaciated and near death, he realized that neither indulgence nor denial could lead to true understanding. It was a moment of profound self-awareness. The body and mind must be nurtured in balance for insight to arise. Siddhartha adopted what he would later call the middle way, a balanced approach between luxury and asceticism. He sat beneath a fig tree in Bodh Gaya, vowing not to rise until he had found the truth. For 49 days, he meditated, facing not just his inner fears and desires, but the cosmic illusions of the world. According to Buddhist texts, he was tempted by Mara, the personification of illusion, who tried to distract him with fear, desire, and doubt. But Siddhartha remained unmoved, and then, clarity. In that moment of profound insight, Siddhartha awakened to the truth of existence. He became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. The Buddha's first teaching was given at Deer Park in Sarnath to 5 former companions. It was here that he revealed the 4 noble truths. Life is suffering, dukkha. Suffering is caused by desire, tanha. There is a way to end suffering. The way is the noble Eightfold path. This Eightfold path is not a dogma, but a guide, a psychological and ethical framework encompassing right understanding, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Rather than offering commandments, the Buddha offered practices. Rather than demanding belief, he encouraged direct experience. The path is internal, practical, and experiential. Each individual must walk it for themselves, not out of faith, but through inquiry and awareness. For the next 45 years, the Buddha walked the dusty roads of India, teaching kings and beggars alike. He taught not of gods or rituals, but of awareness, compassion, and liberation. He created a sangha, a community of monks and nuns, open to all regardless of caste or gender. He spoke of impermanence, anicca, the non-self, anatta, and the interconnected nature of all things. His teaching challenged the deeply ingrained systems of hierarchy and illusion that ruled ancient India. He debated scholars, healed emotional wounds, and guided seekers through their inner darkness. His compassion was as vast as his wisdom, rooted not in doctrine, but in direct perception of the nature of mind. At the age of 80, the Buddha lay between two sal trees and entered final nirvana, Parinirvana. His last words, according to tradition, were, "All composite things are perishable. Strive diligently for your own liberation." What began with a single seeker's quest became a global movement. Today, Buddhism touches the lives of hundreds of millions, offering a path of mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion. His teachings have transcended borders, influenced psychology, art, politics, and philosophy. They remain alive not in relics, but in the breath of meditation, the silence of self-inquiry, and the compassion of those who live mindfully. Buddha's life is not just history, it is an invitation to see things as they are, to live with awareness, and to awaken to the deeper truth within us all.